You know, I think the phrase so much better than it has any right being was invented for the new Masters of the Universe, aka He Man movie. So I've just seen that today, and I think, judging from that opening, I think you can tell I actually liked it. Well, that's actually put it mildly. I fucking loved it. This film was great. And, at the start of the year, I mentioned this a couple of times before, start of the year, I do my little preview about the films I'm most looking forward to. I don't think I even mentioned. I knew this was coming out in sometime this year. I don't think I even mentioned it. The same thing happened last year with The Naked Gun as well. Didn't mention it in the previews of the year, and the film turned out to be great. And I got excited for it once the trailers came out. Lo and behold, similar things happened here with Masters of the Universe. So, honest to God, this film was an absolute blast from start to finish. Even the things I had potential misgivings about didn't. And even from some of the reviews, it's been mostly positive reviews, but there's negative ones out there. Some of the negative ones did raise some red flags for me for some of the things they were saying, because, at times reviews are reviews, whatever, it is what it is. But if they start saying things that were kind of concerning to me, then I was like, okay, this might not work so well. Like some of the reviews, this is why I sometimes wonder if I watch the same films as everyone else at some point, because some people complained that there's too much on Earth and it drags on Earth. It's about 15, maybe 20 minutes tops on Earth. And there's actually some quite funny moments on there. So I was entertained by the Earth stuff. And then saying, of course, that the pacing was sloppy. And then some people have said that. And then I looked, the running time was 2 hours and 20 minutes. And I was like, do we really need a 2 hours and 20-minute He Man movie? Turns out we fucking do, because the film absolutely flew by. A couple of scenes here and there, maybe drag a tiny tad, going a little too long. But for the most part, this film just zips along at a cracking old pace. It's action packed. The action's so good. It's excellent. Um, this film's just pure fun. It's dumb, of course it is, but it's dumb and extremely fun, extremely exciting. The visuals, the odd sloppy visual here and there, but mostly top notch. Eternia looks great. The vast majority of the film takes place on Eternia, like I said. Battle Cat looks great, Cringer and everything. Awesome. Now, some people complained about the jokes. To me, the jokes were a real bonus to me. Most of them are fine. Not all of them land, of course, but if you're going to do a He-Man movie, it's got to be sort of tongue in cheek. It's got, and now this might sound funny what I'm going to say. That might upset the He-Man purists, but fuck it, I don't care. I was entertained by it. One review, I think it was Dan Murrows, once said it's kind of like the sort of film Marvel would bring out in phase 1 and 2, but he meant that in a we're kind of all over it kind of way. No, not really. I agree. It does feel a bit like a Marvel MCU phase 1 and 2 movie, but that's all the more refreshing for it. I actually enjoyed that about it. I thought it worked extremely well. I just had a pure fun time at this film. It was so entertaining, so back from start to finish. Nicholas Glazeman as like Adam He-Man. He's great. Like he does a great job with this. He was really good in Sheep Detectives, another Amazon MGM film. So yeah, does a great job. He's got a goofy charm to him as well, which kind of works, especially in the early parts when he's trying to figure it out and everything. So that works well. Camila Mendes, great as Tila, and she looks absolutely great too as Tila. Let's call a spade, but no, she's really good. Here, Idris Elba, or Sir Idris Elba as he is now, as Man at Arms, was great casting as well. Worked extremely well. I can see some of the fanboys might not like the fact of some of the things that they do with him, and not just the quote unquote race swapping of a cartoon character. Yeah, there's still some people complaining about that. But they'll probably say, oh, they took another male character and done this, but no, it works really well with what they do here. But I liked Alison Brie as Evil Lynn. Morana Barakin has barely anything to do, though, to be fair, as a sorceress. But, well, whatever. 3 really hot women in this film. So, hot women fight as well we get between Tila and Evil Lynn. Doesn't go on very long, unfortunately, so it doesn't quite eclipse the Mummy Returns fight. Oh, to be fair, this actually reminds me in many ways, even though the styles are different, but the tones and things, this does kind of remind me of the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies, like the first two. Third one wasn't that good, but the first two, about a dumb, fun action adventure movie. Yes, that's what it reminds me of, tone wise. But I think what else? Oh, but the real star of the show, believe it or not, is Jared Leto as Skeletor. He is fucking great here. I don't know what film he won an Oscar for. I really don't care, to be honest. But I'll guarantee you, he's way better in this than the film he won a fucking Oscar for. Way back, he is so much fun. He's having a blast with it. Thoroughly entertaining, just like the whole movie. And he understood the assignment. He just went out there and did it. Can't fault him for that. Absolute brilliant stuff. So the film, like I said, it goes along at a cracking old pace. Tons of action. It's so fun. And for a lot of the jokes land for me. Not a spoiler or anything like that, but this is a minor thing I'm going to say. So if you don't want to know it, go on 30 seconds or so on. There is even, how in the old cartoons, there'd always be a bit when somebody would say a joke or something like that isn't in the slightest bit funny, but then all the characters would just laugh hysterically, like throw their heads back. That happens in this film, and it's so well done. I actually loved that they did that in here. So anyway, just another little thing that I loved about it. There's two really good post-credit scenes as well, so stick around for them. Well, I say really good, but one of them's really good, and the other one's the one at the end's just fine. Yeah, whatever. Setting up a sequel that I hope we get. The tracking ain't looking good for it, and I was in the IMAX screen today, 2:30 in the afternoon. Few people in, but was that busy. That's one good thing though about Mandal. It's a shame that Mandalorian Grogu's bombing because I love the movie, but one good thing is it actually freed up IMAX space for this film, so I'm glad I got to see it in IMAX. So hey, every cloud and all that. So turn that frown upside down from there. So yeah, but I wonder if this is one of those films once it actually gets on Amazon Prime, maybe more people watch it and check it out. I mean, Red One totally tanked in cinemas and yet became a huge hit on Prime Video. But then again, it had the whole thing. It was a Christmas film, comes out. It came on to Prime Video about middle of December, so people are starting to break up for holidays. People, families get together. They might have sitting about saying, "Hey, The Rock's got a new Christmas movie. Let's watch that on," even if they're not paying attention to it, got it on in the background or whatever. That's good fun too. But this is much better, to be fair. And yeah, I actually really enjoyed this film. Then, so hopefully we can see more from um, this universe as well, or Masters of the Universe, we should say. I'd definitely be up for that. So anyway, big shout out to Travis Knight again. He's done another great film based on a toy line. Of course, he made Bumblebee. Believe it or not, this might be an unpopular opinion. I actually like this better. So there you go. What can I say? What a delight this was. Anyway, thanks for taking the time to listen, and goodbye.